Hey, what's up, everyone? It's happy Friday to you. So it's a Friday, the 26th of August, and well, quite frankly, we've had another great day. So we're slowly but surely eating into that drawdown that we had on Monday, and we did well. Today we've had almost $16,000 on my main account. We had a good day on the small account challenge as well, but on the main account, which is what this trade recap is about, almost $16,000. If it's $15,934.30 to be precise. That's the trade profit for today. Now we've traded 7 different stocks today. 4 of them lost money for us, and 3 of them gained money for us. So we weren't trading badly pre-market, but we got into far-fetched, and it was moving up on good earnings, and I just held it too long, and it ended up getting stopped out, and we lost a little over $10,000 on far-fetched. We traded AKLI. We lost $3,000 on AKLI. It was volatile. I tried to chase the momentum. It didn't go my way. We made some money on Bed Bath & Beyond. We made some money on DURG. No, I actually lost money on DURG, which was we lost like $500 on that. We made $400 on Bed Bath & Beyond. Excuse me. I mentioned we lost a little over $10,000 on Farfetch. I tried to chase one of the momentum on a extremely volatile IPO today, and it came under the ticket of JZ. I went in small size because it was it was extremely. It went up as far as like $186 a share, I think it was, and it was listed at between $4 and $7 for the IPO. It opened over $120, and then it moved up to $186. It gapped down heavily. It was halting all over the place. So I tried to get a little bit of momentum. When it pulled back quite a bit, I tried to get in on a bounce. I tried to look for a reversal. So I took 100 shares for a reversal for maybe a $5-10 move or something like that, and it would give me a nice return. Unfortunately, it went against me and gapped down. And when as soon as it resumed, I cut my loss, and we got out for but we actually got out for a loss of a little over $1,000. So not great. It's about $10 loss on that one, so not a great idea to try and chase momentum. I say this all the time: as soon as you deviate from your strategy, you're going to lose money, and that wasn't part of my strategy. I was just trying to take advantage of the momentum of an IPO. However, that being said, that put us down on the day, and then our luck came around. We started trading well after that, and we traded Minerva Bioscience. And we're trading another IPO today, which goes under the ticker PXMD. And between the two of them, we got over $30,000. The fact that we're actually down to the tune of like $15,000 kind of soured the taste a little bit. We've got over $5,000 on Minerva Bioscience, and we got $25,000 on PMXD. Now, PMXD, I went in big size because it was good volume, good volatility, upwards momentum. I went in big size. I took my eye off the ball a little bit, and it had pulled back. So I doubled down and bought the dip, and went in initially for 10,000 shares, and bought the dip at another 10,000 shares. So I had 20,000 shares, and it moved up, and it worked out for us. So $25,000. I'll show you that particular trade as well. Let's take a look at that, where that actually took place. So when this opened, it opened up straight up into a volatility halt. It gapped up on resumption and moved up. It's extremely volatile. It moved up, it pulled back and then moved up again before then I got in on this candle here. I got in for 10,000 shares as we broke new highs here. I took my eye off the ball briefly and it dipped below the VWAP. So as it bounced back up above the VWAP, I doubled down on this and added it because I went in for 10,000 shares here. I doubled down, bought the dip for another 10,000 shares, rode this up. I took that 10,000 shares off just before we got into the halt, and we were halted up. I still had 10,000 shares in this, and it gapped up on resumption. So I just held through this position right there. As it moved up, I took some profits all the way up. So this started to move back up, and I put trailing stop loss in place as we moved up here, and then it started to pull back and it flushed, but I got stopped out here just under $10. So all in all, took profit. I think the highest that I was able to take profits on this one was 10.23. Was my highest exit. I was on this candle. So all in all, it was about a $2 move. All in all, between the 10 and 20,000 share size position that I had, I was able to get a little over $25,000 in profit. So volatile, exciting, heart racing, but that's IPOs for you. Trading IPOs, you've got to have an appetite for risk. They can flush up, they can flush down, particularly if they've got good volume and that they are an IPO with a lot of retail interest. And this was one of those. So we were able to trade this really well. Now, we also traded Minerva Bioscience very, very well. Now, in Minerva Bioscience, you can see here, I'll put this on the 5 minute because you can see that this was pretty much gapping up the whole day. And it moved up steadily. I traded this on the small account quite successfully. And I traded this on this account as well. I got the small account here and here, but I traded this one on up to the kind of midday on the main account, and we managed to get $5,000 on this. So really good movement on Minerva Bioscience. It was one of those stocks that it didn't look like it was going to look back once it broke the VWAP. Out of the blocks at the bell, it wasn't great. It was below the VWAP, popped up above, and then it moved up above the VWAP briefly before ducking back under it. Once it broke the VWAP for the second time, it just never looked back for the rest of the day. It did sell off towards the end of the day, but then rallied into the close. And right now, it's trading almost $11. So Minerva Bioscience had a couple of really good days this week. It had a really good day on Wednesday, and it rallied up really well on Monday. So 3 out of the 4 days, it's made big gains, and I think we made profits on this on pretty much every day that it moved. Unfortunately, on Monday we lost money, so I may not have traded this on Monday. But 3 days out of the 5 this week, this has been extremely volatile and moving up. So we've had a good day. $15,000 on any given day. My goal is $5,000. So to have had a $15,000 day today is an exceptional day. Had a $15,000 yesterday. $15,000 day yesterday. Or $16,000 yesterday. Had a $15,000 day on Wednesday. So across 3 days, $45,000. Now, normally I would say that's not normal, but in August that has been normal. I had a small day on Tuesday and a $60,000 loss on Monday. So that drawdown, we've got 3 trading days left of the month. So, in fact, where does that put us on the month? That's a good question. Let's take a look at the statistics and take a look. So this is where we are on the month. 152,000. I've just imported the trade, so $152,000 in gross trade profit. I'm going to go back to the annual because I just want to take a quick look at the win-loss expectation, days of times. I'll go back to the win-loss expectation. So I want to go to the months of the year. So right now, we're back here, August. 152,000 is the trade profit. Now, of course, the actual profit and the trade profit slightly different because you've got commissions, charges, and everything else that come off the actual gross trade profit. But still, I target myself on $100,000 per month trade profit, gross trade profit. Now we're 50% above that, which is a phenomenal achievement. If I was in sales and was 50% above goal at the end of the year, my commission check would have been, you know, 6 figures. So it was a phenomenal achievement to get over 50% of your goal on a monthly basis or annual basis for sure, but on a monthly basis, it's really good as well. So $152,000 in August, and August has just been so volatile. We've had some really quiet days where the market's been very choppy, sideways, not doing anything, and we've had some days where the market has just gone absolutely crazy, and we've had some parabolic moves, some really good volatility. Now, today wasn't either of those. We had some volatility in the market, no real major parabolic movers, but we had some good movers that made good moves early doors, almost parabolic, before then settling down. And we managed to take advantage of that. So, 152,000 in August. I go back to June, which was my second best ever trading month. My best ever trading month last year was last year, and it was $167,000. And I came into June and thought, AKLI in particular was good. It's still to this day the most I've had on a single ticket is AKLI, and over $110,000 on that single stock across the course of June. $162,000 in total in June, which just goes to show how much AKLI was worth to me, because that made up, you know, over 85% of the gains in June. I thought that was a really good day. I was a little bit disappointed at the end of June that we didn't manage to break the all-time month, best ever month. But then in July, I thought it was coming into the last day of July. I thought it was too much to expect it to beat what we did in June. Now, given that on Monday, before we took a trade, we were at $158,000 gross trade profit. So we needed $5,000 to equal our best or better our best month of the year. We need $10,000 to eclipse our best ever month in trading. And then we had a massive $60,000 drawdown. And I felt like I was taking 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, and it really was, you know, and the P&L, the equity P&L curve or equity curve will demonstrate that as well. But I just felt like I wasted my opportunity to make really good gains this month. And then we've had a quiet day on Tuesday and 3 really phenomenal days. We could have had a better day today if I hadn't taken, if I hadn't been so stubborn with Farfetched and cut my loss when I should have done, instead of holding on to it as it slowly and surely bled out. But the fact that we're now $10,000, $11,000, if you will, of beating what we did in July. Best month of the year was July, 163,243. We're now 152,365. So $11,000, and I beat July. August becomes our best ever trading month in 2022. So my question is, I've got 3 days left. My daily goal is $5,000. That's $15,000. If I perform how I expect myself to, I'm going to have my best ever trading month. Well, in 2022, I could have my best ever trading month in total by going a little bit over that and getting to like $167,000, $168,000. So I'm really excited for next week. It's like I've got the weekend now, and I'm thinking I want the weekend over so I can get to Monday. And I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be doing that. So let's take a look at the drawdown, shall we? In August. So back to the month. I want to look at the equity curve. So that's the win-loss expectation. So the equity curve here, this volatile up and down equity curve is because I've been too aggressive. I wouldn't say I've been trading badly. I've been trading too aggressively because my trade accuracy is fairly good. My risk reward it needs some work, but because I've been big drawdowns, because I've been swinging for the fences, and I swung for the fences today, particularly with the new with the new IPO. I bought 10,000 shares on the way up as it pulled back, and my own fault. It pulled back. I took my eye off the ball a little bit, and it pulled back, but I pushed the button and bought the dip, and it pushed up, and I was confident that it was going to, based on the volume that was in it, and it worked out for me. Now, it might have gone the other way. There was a risk in doing that. There's always a risk in doing that. It could have gone the other way, but didn't feel like it was going to. And I was right. So the equity curve here, we got up to highs of 160,000 in the trade P&L. So we're only actually a little under 3,000 away from the best ever month in 2022. Then we had this massive drawdown. I thought, okay, well that idea's gone. We'll have to recognize July as the great month that it was. So fine, June and July, great months. But we've had 3 great days in a row, 3 fantastic days in a row. And first Wednesday, we went from $99,000 to get green and to get beyond monthly goal, $100,000 to get beyond monthly goal, took us to $117,000. Then it was $134,000. And then it was $152,000. Now, the $15,000 days that I've had, why am I higher than what my actual days should have been? Because now I'm adding in the small account challenge as well. Bit cheeky, I know, but it's trade profit. So why should I discount that? Just because it's on my small account, I need to include that, and I haven't been doing up until now. So now I need to include that as part of the gains that I've made over the last 2 weeks. And 152s were inclusive of the small account challenge. My overall trade profit for August is $152,000 now. So another $10,000, and we're going to be pushing July. $11,000 will beat July, and I think we can do $15,000. We should do $15,000. I think we could potentially do more than that. We could potentially do $20,000. Now, of course, we're reliant upon the volatility of the market. We're reliant upon stocks to move, and being disciplined, being patient, not being stubborn, holding loose, and all this kind of stuff, sticking to the strategy. It is imperative that I do that for the next 3 days. So I'm reliant upon you guys to come and join me on the live stream and remind me to do that. I will be back at it on Monday, streaming live, 90 minutes before the market opens. I will be streaming for the first full hour of the market after the open. So make sure you come in and cheer me on. I think we've got a very good chance of having the not just the best month of the year, but potentially the best ever month of my trading career as we go into the last 3 days of the month. Now, what I don't want to do is, like I've done on so many months in the past, is swing for the fences and then give a huge chunk back off the top. Not going to do that. I'm going to be patient, but I want at least $5,000. If I get $5,000 per day for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week before I go on my vacation, we will have the best month of 2022. If I can get 6,000 for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we will have had my best ever trading month, full stop, ever. So I'm in a very good, I'm feeling really buoyant. I'm in a really good position. I'm really mentally feeling strong. And I think Monday can't come around quick enough for me right now in terms of trading. So I'm going to anyway, I'm going to have a nice glass of wine. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I'm going to come back refreshed on Monday, and we're going to go for it. Okay? Disciplined and to the strategy, but we're going to go for it. Come join me on Monday, 8 a.m. market time, New York, East Coast, 1 p.m. in the UK, or here in Dublin, 2 p.m. on the continent of Europe. Feel free to join me then. I look forward to seeing you there. Have a good weekend, guys.